And so every year it was, what a tremendous experience. What a tremendous ride. It's going to end next year. And man, we get nothing but great stories to tell our grandkids.
It is very, very much a pleasure to meet you today. Thank you for taking time to chat, sir.
Pleasure to be here with you today. Thank you. Thanks.
I'm very excited about Mutant Mayhem, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. Phenomenal, phenomenal movie. It's out now in digital. People can go, they can watch it right in their from the comfortable seat of their own couch in their own home. I'll spit those words out here eventually. Kevin, what is it like seeing the franchise evolve so much after? I mean, here we are, almost 40 years. 40 years from when you conceived it, almost 40 years from when the first issue came out. Gosh, it's got to be an amazing experience for you.
It's really mind blowing on every level. In that, I say all the time to the fans and stuff is that, when you go back to the perspective of the very first issue, where we never thought we'd sell enough copies to pay my uncle back for loaning us the money to do the first issue, to the fact that we got to do a second issue and then a third to experience what we did with the creation of the original cartoon series to the first movie. And so every year it was, what a tremendous experience. What a tremendous ride. It's going to end next year. And man, we get nothing but great stories to tell our grandkids. To then, fast forward to 40 years where you have this wonderfully talented group of, a director like Jeff Rowe and Seth Rogen as a writer visionary and Evan Goldberg, to come up with a fresh take amongst other versions of the Turtles over the years and tell something that resonates not only to me as a co-creator, but a lot of the original fans, but also even more importantly, I think, is paying respect to all of them, is to then somehow find a way to tap into some of the newer fans, somebody that has none of that history. They didn't buy the first turtle toy when they came out in KB toy stores back in 1988 or whatever, and it still somehow resonates because they've told such a wonderful version of something that Peter and I created so well. And I love that I got to sit in a theater again and watch the Turtles on the big screen and just sit back and just ear to ear grin and enjoy it wholly and completely.
I completely agree. As someone who did have the original toys back in the late 80s when they first came out, for me, it was really an awesome experience to share with my kids. And I always try to get their input whenever we watch a movie together and I'm going to be talking to someone that's part of it. I always try to get their input and ask them questions. And my 16-year-old, his name is Lycan, and the question that he wanted me to ask, or he suggested I ask, was this: Superfly is such a very interesting and original character and villain for the movie. Being that Baxter is normally or historically that character, and I think was originally going to be, were you at all part of the conversations about Superfly being a separate entity from Baxter and being like that villain, or is that something they thought up and brought to you as like to get your input?
No, that's all them. That's really, much like the very, very, very original idea, which I loved, is that I love that they constructed the, Baxter's creation of the ooze, which accidentally created the Turtles, which also created the mutants at the same time. So I thought that was just so insanely coolly conceived, is that it sort of puts, quote unquote, the bad guys and the good guys on the same, family, the same origin story, instant relationship and kinship to him. And it gives you just this wonderful platform to do that. And out of the years of working on the cartoon series, of creating a variety of, from Krang to the Rock Soldiers to Bebop and Rocksteady and so many other wonderful mutants that we created in that series, to then bring in something like, Superfly and, voiced by the incredible, Ice Cube. Holy smokes, what a great choice. But it was a way to bring in a unique and original character, but solidly grounded and based in that universe. And it worked so well. You had Ray Fillet, Post Malone, and you have Mondo Gecko, Paul Rudd doing the voice. And so there were great elements. It was good. Very, very good idea. Very good idea.
I'll admit Mondo Gecko probably was my favorite of the whole movie personally. Love that character and really love the way that they did him in the movie with like you said, Paul Rudd voicing him. Just so funny and so much fun. Kevin, it's been an honor to talk to you, sir. I really, really
Pleasure.
appreciate the opportunity. Very excited. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem is on digital now. People can go watch it, like we said. Thank you. Thank you very much, Kevin. Have a great rest of your day, sir.